Shabbat Shalom. I see some people getting their candles ready. Okay, so and hopefully everyone will have their video on because we want to make sure we can see everybody participating in the service. So we're gonna we'll wait a couple more minutes. I think we might have more people joining. But does anybody know off the bat they want to volunteer for candles, for grape juice, for challah? Who wants to do candles? Is anybody ready to do would be ready to do candles? Okay, the Brown family, you'll do candles. Are you keeping track of this, Jason?
Yep.
Okay, so the Brown family will do candles. Who's gonna do the grape juice? Anybody want to volunteer for that? Hamill family? Yes, grape juice. Awesome. Anyone want to volunteer for the challah? Who's got challah on hand? Okay, Lorenzen family. Yes? Okay, great. So we're all ready with that. So, okay, great. Is that something for a musical instrument I see over at the Brown family? Is that something percussive?
This is a percussion, we call it a ding-donger.
A ding-donger, I love that.
And it's
a ding-donger.
It's for her little glockenspiel, right?
Oh, that's so cool. I used to have, when I was a little kid, I had this like, it was like a spinning wheel thing that had these bells on it and all these different colors, and it goes in the whole scale.
Oh, how pretty.
And so you would like spin it around with all the pretty colors, and then you could just keep the mallet or the ding-donger in one place, and it would, but you could play different things too. It's kind of the equivalent of the glockenspiel.
I like that. Yeah, we're big fans of percussion.
Very cool. Yes. We've got both sides of we've got generations of Hamills. Hi. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's no rabbi tonight because he wasn't able to get a quiet enough space going for Shabbat tonight, but I will be leading the service with you all. So I'm really happy to be here sharing this virtual space with you guys. Does anybody have anything they want to share? What happened this week? Yeah, Juliana?
Well, today we got an early Hanukkah present. We got new iPads.
Oh, that's very special. That's pretty cool. Got any special plans for using those iPads? Probably gonna use them for school?
No.
No, for you? Games? Nice, very nice. Hi, Susan. So I think we'll get started pretty soon. I think we're we might have more people join us later. Well, let's start with the service. So maybe does anybody remember what our first song of the service is? What's a good Shabbat Shalom kind of song to start with? Yes, you got that. Yes, it's Bim Bam. We're gonna start with Shabbat Shalom Bim Bam. Very good. So I can't do the hand motions for the bim bams when I'm playing guitar. So I'm counting on you guys to do your hand motions, do your bim bams. Maybe we'll put you up on the screen so everybody can see you leading it. And please feel free to sing along even though you're on mute. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Oh, that was awesome. I love seeing all those bims and bombs. So another really great song for welcoming in Shabbat. It translates to how good it is for us to be here together. So it's Hine Matov, how good it is for us to be here together, whether it's with your families that are sharing the physical space with you, or all of us together here sharing this virtual space. So please join me, Hine Matov. Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, yadadai, dadadadadadadai. Hine matov, yadadai, dadadadadadai. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, yadadai, dadadadadadai. Hine matov, yadadai, dadadadadadai. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. That was awesome. I loved seeing everybody clapping along. Okay, so I think we're just about ready now to sing Shabbat and sing Shalom. So does everybody remember what their responsibilities are during the song? Yes? Okay, so remind me, who is doing, raise your hand if you're doing candles. Brown family, good. Raise your hand if you're doing grape juice. Yep, Hamill family, very good. And raise your hand if you're doing challah. Lorenz, yep, we got it. Okay, so we've got all our families ready for singing Shabbat, singing Shalom. All right, please join me. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Now we've got the candles. Are we ready to light them? Lehadlik neshel Shabbat, we bless the Sabbath lights. Lehadlik neshel Shabbat, we bless the Sabbath lights. Very nice. Back to the chorus. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. What comes next? Grape juice. There we go. Yep. Let's show the grape juice for everybody. Can we show it? Can you lift the grape juice? There we go. There's the grape juice. So what do we say for the grape juice? We say Borei Peri Hagafen. So let's get ready to say that. Borei peri hagafen. We bless the Sabbath. Grape juice. Bore peri hagafen. We bless the Sabbath wine. Back to the chorus. Are you ready? We sing Shabbat. We sing Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. We sing Shabbat. We sing Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. So now we're ready for the challah. Let's get it uncovered. Very nice. Oh, that's such a beautiful challah. I bet it tastes really good. We ready? So what do we say for the challah? We say hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Are we ready for that? Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We bless the Sabbath bread. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We bless the Sabbath bread. Very awesome. Dig into that Sabbath bread if you want to. Get your challah out. You can go ahead and take a bite now that we've blessed it. Ready for the chorus? We sing Shabbat. We sing Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. We sing Shabbat. We sing Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Very nice. I love seeing everybody participating in that one. Very cool. Okay, so now we're coming to where we would be in the Torah service, right? So we're gonna say the prayers that we say with the Torah service. One of the prayers that we say with the Torah service, and we say it at other times too. We say it in the morning and we say it in the evening. Does anybody know what prayer I'm talking about? It has to do with listening. Oh yeah, Juliana?
The Shema.
The Shema, very good. Yes. So we're gonna get ready to sing the Shema, and we'll take pretend we take our Torah. Actually, if you give me a second, I'm gonna grab my little Torah. One moment. And if any of you have a little Torah, now would be a really great time to grab it and give it a little bit of kavod. We give our respect to the Torah right now. So if anybody has one, you can grab your little Torah. I've got mine here. Does anybody else have a little Torah? If you have a plushie, that'll do too. And we're gonna put the prayer up on the screen for you, so we can do our Shema with the Torah. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. And one of the things that we love to do with the Torah is to dance around with it and parade with it. Like we call that a hakafa. That means like a circling. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the Tree of Life song, and that gives all of you the opportunity to dance around if you want. So if you want to dance around and pretend you've got a Torah with you, now would be an awesome time to break out some of those nice dance moves that I know you guys all have. And maybe we'll put you on the screen too, if you don't mind, so we can show everybody. And by the way, Tree of Life, Eitz Chaim, this song is about the Torah, right? So it's the perfect song for this. It's actually about the Torah. So the Torah is our Eitz Chaim. It's our Tree of Life. So get ready to dance around and join me with the Tree of Life. Shalom, 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 shalom. Eitz Chaim hi lamachasi ki mavet tomchem. tree of life to them who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all of its paths are peace. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all of its paths are peace. Shalom, 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 shalom. Thanks for joining me with that special dance. That was awesome, you guys. So now I want to take a second to actually talk about the Torah. Every week when we read from the Torah, we have what's called a parasha, right? So a parasha is the special reading that we have for that week. So this week we're still in the book of Bereshit, the book of Genesis, which is the first book in the book of the Torah, among the 5 books of the Torah. And we're in the story of, this story has to do with Isaac and his sons. Does anybody know what Isaac's sons' names were? Does anybody know? Yeah? Was that a hand up that I see, Owen? No? Who else? Who has a hand up? Does anybody know who Isaac's son? Yeah, your hand's up this time, yes? Want to give it a shot? Isaac's sons. Jacob is one of Isaac's sons. Now, Jacob had a twin brother, his older twin brother. Does anybody know who his name, what his name was? It's a little bit of a funny kind of sounding name. His name was Esav or Esau. It's kind of a funny sounding name. Also, his nickname was Edom, because the Torah says that he was red, right? And Edom has to do with the color red. Okay, so they were twin brothers, right? And in this parasha, the story goes that that Jacob and Yaakov and Esav were in their mother's womb, and they were wrestling, they were fighting, right? So they had a bit of a sibling rivalry. Does anybody here have a sibling? Raise your hand if you have siblings. I have siblings. Anybody have siblings? Okay, so let's talk about having siblings for a second. Is it, I know we all love our siblings, right? But is it sometimes hard to have a sibling? Yes, we see some agreement there, right? I'm the youngest of 4. I have 3 older siblings. It was hard sometimes. It still is sometimes, right? Because, you know, you share the same household, you have some similar thoughts, but then sometimes you're very different people and you have different thoughts about things, right? So Yaakov and Esav, they were twin brothers, but they were very, very different from each other, right? And we know that this was actually kind of tricky because their parents had favorites. Now, I know none of your parents play favorites, right? Because everybody loves their children equally. And we know that's important because this kind of caused some problems in the parasha, right? Because we know that Isaac's favorite was his older son, Esav, and Rivka's favorite was the younger son, Yaakov. But God had already told her that Yaakov was going to be the one who would continue the line and who would be the leader for the future Jewish people, right? So maybe that factors into the reason why. But so we know it's hard sometimes to have siblings, but basically what ended up happening in this parasha was that Yaakov did some things and that maybe weren't as honest and straightforward as we would like, because he bought his brother's birthright from him for a pot of stew. He knew that Esav was hungry, and he said, "Oh, you can have a stew, but only if you sell me your birthright." And Esav was very hungry, so he sold his birthright. He didn't care, he was hungry. But the most important thing here in this story is when Isaac was very old and blind, he thought he was gonna die soon. So he wanted to make sure that his sons could have blessings from this. He wanted to bless his son Esau, because that was the one he thought was going to get the birthright, because he was the oldest. So he sent him away to go prepare a special dish of food. And in the meantime, Rebecca knew that he was going to give this blessing, but he couldn't see very well. So she helped her son Yaakov dress up like Esau. We know Esau was very hairy, so he put some goat skins on, so his arms would feel hairy, right? And he brought the special dish before Esau could do that, and he sort of stole the birthright, the special blessing, right? Because he pretended that he was his brother, right? So, well, we know that it was ultimately an important thing for him to do, because we do know that he becomes the leader and he grows into a really good and wise leader. But the method with which he did that is maybe not as honest and nice as we would like to see the examples from our leaders, right? Do we think that it's fair to trick our parents and pretend we're someone else? No. Okay, we're seeing some thumbs down, right? And to steal something from our sibling. Okay, yeah, we think that's okay. Well, what ends up happening, so here's where it gets tricky, right? Because what ends up happening, because Jacob did this, Esau, his brother, got so sad and angry that he wanted to kill his brother. He was so upset about this. So then what Jacob had to do, he had to flee. He had to run away from home, run away from his parents. And he was away from home for a pretty long time because of this, because he was afraid of his brother because of what he did, right? So, so it's really hard. He had to basically leave his whole family behind to run away because of that decision, right? So I think that really what this parasha is about, it's teaching us about, number one, it's important to be kind, right? Because if they had all been kinder to each other in that family, maybe things could have gone differently, right? I think it's also about honesty, right? Because we had a bad example from one of our leaders of dishonesty, but you see that there are consequences to that dishonesty, right? It all turned out okay in the end because he learned from that. And I think his brother Esau learned from that as well, because we'll see later that they are able to reunite and forgive each other, but it takes a long, long time, right? So it's important to kind of cultivate that honesty and that kindness in your family and among everyone you're having a relationship with a little bit earlier on, right? So kindness and honesty, those are really important things. And this is also kind of this family dynamics. Speaking of family dynamics, I think it would be a really good time right now to get into our family blessing, right? And by the way, a lot of times on Shabbat, when parents bless their children, they bless their daughters to be like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, right? But when they bless the sons, there's not a lot of examples of positive brother relationships in the Torah. So Ephraim and Manasseh, right? Those were not any of the main characters, but there was one example of brothers in the Torah that at least they didn't fight and argue like most of the other brothers do. So anyways, let's get into the family blessing. And if everyone wants to gather close around your family and maybe keep in mind any of the other family that isn't with you right now. So we'll get into family blessing, and we'll put the words on the screen for you so you guys can sing along. May God bless you and keep you. May He shine His face upon all of your families are a great source of blessing and of peace to you. Perhaps a little bit unlike this week's parasha. And we can all learn something from that, and hopefully we all do. So one other thing that I want to talk about is a special holiday that's coming up. Can someone name a holiday that's coming up between this Shabbat and next Shabbat? Yes? Go ahead, in the Gershon family. Go ahead, unmute yourselves. What holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, right. And Thanksgiving is a holiday in the secular calendar, right? But I think this holiday has lots to do with Judaism, specifically when it comes to being grateful, being thankful. I think this is a concept that we deal with a lot in Judaism, right? So I want to share a song that I think many of you may know, and it's called Thank You, God, right? It has the words Baruch Atah Adonai, thank you, God, right? So if you think about it, any bracha, any blessing that we say is an opportunity for us to thank God, whether it's for our food, whether it's for putting on your talit in the morning, or whether it's for lighting the candles. Everything that we're doing when we say Baruch Atah Adonai, it's an opportunity for us to thank God. So this is the chorus. Maybe you guys know it, but let's go through it for a second. I want you guys to learn it and be able to sing along. So it goes like this. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Can we try that? Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. So the rest of the words are going to depend on what we're thankful for, right? What are we thankful for? The first verse of this is thank you for my mom, thank you for my dad. Raise your hand if you're thankful for your mom and dad. Yes? Thankful for our parents? That's pretty important, right? We're here because of them. So let's go through that and then we'll go back to the chorus. We'll go to the chorus first. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Thank you for my mom and thank you for my dad. They love me when I'm happy, they love me when I'm sad. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Now these next verses I kind of came up with, but I think they might resonate with you. Who's thankful for your home? Are you thankful for having a home? I'm seeing lots of hands. Yes, really good. Okay. And for your whole family, not just your parents, your whole family. And that's people that are in the room with you. And that's some people who probably are not in the room with you, right? Whole family, right? What about your friends? Who's thankful for your friends? Yes? Okay, so then this verse is for you. We'll start with the chorus. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Thank you for my home and loving family. Thank you for my friends who always stick with me. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Now this next one, who's thankful for, is anyone thankful for their teachers? And teachers can also include your parents because they teach you some things too, right? But especially right now, even if you're learning from home, teachers are putting in a lot of really hard work right now. I know you guys know that, right? So thankful for teachers. They're awesome. We gotta love our teachers. And is anyone thankful for being yourself, maybe? Yeah? Hopefully you guys like who you are, right? We can be thankful for that. That's something to be thankful for. So we'll sing the chorus and then we'll sing a verse about all of that. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai. Thank you, God. Thank you for my teachers who do so much for me. Thank you for the person I'm growing to be. Baruch atah Adonai. Thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai. Thank you, God. I want to give a second. If you guys want to unmute yourselves, if you want to share one at a time, like what's something else maybe I didn't get to mention in the song. What's something you're thankful for?
I'm thankful for food.
Thankful for food. Awesome. Yes, food is great. Food is important. What else? Someone else want to share? Yeah? Go ahead, unmute if you want to share.
What do you want to share?
I'm
Yeah, what do you think?
thankful for
Yeah?
for the planet.
For the planet. Yes, this whole planet we all live on. It's planet and everything on it. Very good. Yes. Anybody else? What's something you're adults too? What's something you're thankful for? Yeah. Wait, let's spotlight you.
My screens.
You're thankful for your screens right now. No, that's awesome. That's very important right now. Think about if this happened 100 years ago and we didn't have screens, we would all feel really sad and lonely, wouldn't we?
It's true.
Very true. That's a great one. Yes. Anybody else? Abby, do you want to share one? Something you're thankful for?
Yeah.
What are you thankful for, Abby?
What Abby just wrote on her board is, I'm hungry. Would you know
So thankful for food, thankful for eating soon, very soon. That's good. Maybe for time, for having the right times to eat, and our stomachs tell us when. That's important too. Anybody else want to share one? Something we're thankful for? Julian, do you want to share anything? No? Okay, so yeah, so as you can see, right? Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. So Thanksgiving is a holiday we have here in America, but it's also just this is something we do. We thank God for everything every day. There's lots of things to be thankful for, and hopefully that brings us a good attitude and lots of happiness, right? Because the more you think about what you have and are grateful for it, the happier you'll often feel. So it's really important to express that gratitude, not just for Thanksgiving, but as much as possible, right? Okay, so we're gonna have another song to wrap it up. This song is called Shalom Chaverim. It means goodbye, friends, and lahitraot, until we meet again, right? So this is goodbye until we meet again next time, and we'll also still we'll have a chance to, if you want to open up and if you want to talk in the chat, or if you want to unmute after this, we'll stick around for a little bit longer before we wish each other Shabbat Shalom goodbye. But for now, let's Shalom Chaverim. Shalom Chaverim, Shalom Chaverim, Shalom, Shalom. Lehitraot, lehitraot, Shalom, Shalom. Shalom Chaverim, Shalom Chaverim, Shalom, Shalom. Lehitraot, lehitraot, Shalom, Shalom. Shalom Chaverim, Shalom Chaverim, Shalom, Shalom. Lehitraot, lehitraot, Shalom, Shalom. One more. Shalom Chaverim, Shalom Chaverim, Shalom, Shalom. Lehitraot, lehitraot, Shalom, Shalom. Give everybody a chance to maybe unmute, wish each other Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Do you want to say Shabbat Shalom?
You say Shabbat.
You want to say?
Aw,
Bye. That's what Shalom Chaverim means. It means bye.
Owen.
nice. You say bye-bye.
Hi, Owen.
You say thank you.
Say hi.
Bye.